And we're live. You're listening to Let's Talk, the SQPN Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Don Bettinelli, and today I'm joined by Mike Denz. Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
And Joanne Mercier. Hi, Joanne.
Good morning.
We had a little technical difficulty there. Skype is creaking under the load, and so I've had Skype has been weird lately. So we'll hopefully it'll survive this podcast. This special short form podcast we're doing as long as we can during our time at home, and our goal here is, as always, to provide a little light, a little levity, some ideas on how to spend your time, and gather around the virtual water cooler like we would like to do in our workplaces. But most of all, we want to stay connected to you, our community, and have a little fun, interesting conversation. You can catch this on Facebook Live each weekday at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. It'll be in the Let's Talk podcast feed as audio and on the SQPN YouTube channel as a video later in the day. So, guys, this is March 31st, but it's the Tuesday before Palm Sunday. And normally, I know you both do parish work, so normally we'd be all ramping up for Holy Week. It's a big time. You'd be somebody would be unloading all the palms coming in from on the truck, but that's not all happening this year. How are you guys planning on spending your Palm Sunday, Joanne? You had any special plans?
Well, yeah, I would be ramping up right about now, and this is so surreal that we're not planning anything, but I think for Palm Sunday, I saw something on Facebook, I think this morning, and it was to find some sort of a branch and put it up on your door or in your window on Sunday to sort of signify that we're all together as a church. I thought that was a really good idea, and I've started to spread that word around. So something easy the families can do.
That's a great idea. Yeah, to find some green branch somewhere. for some folks,
somewhere
in some places that may be harder than for others. But yeah, some sort of greenery, that rebirth of new life in spring, and hang it on your door, because where I live and where you live and where Mike lives, we don't have palms growing about.
No.
No.
So that's a great idea. I like that idea. Just something green to hang up. How about you, Mike? Any special Palm Sunday ideas for your family?
I hadn't actually thought about the fact that I'm not going to have a palm, because where we live, we don't have leaves or anything. It would be, we'd have to bring out the Christmas tree again or something. But what we have been doing and will continue to do is try to make Sunday as normal as possible, as far as get dressed up. We put a little holy water out, light a candle in front of the TV with a crucifix, and put chairs in a row, and we participate in the broadcast of our local church's mass. Sit, stand, kneel, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll be standing for a long time during the Passion reading this week.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny, because I take a rather thick blanket and fold it into thirds and put it in front of the 3 chairs we have for my daughter, my wife, and I. And our dog invariably comes and lays on it, oh, good, you put a little thing for me too. No, that's the kneeler. But she gets the idea after we start kneeling.
Yes, we do that too. We gather. We don't get dressed up in our church clothes. Although actually, my daughter does. My oldest daughter, she puts on her nice church clothes. But the rest of us, we get dressed. No pajamas allowed. But we do gather in front of the big TV. We watch we've been watching the Catholic TV Mass, which has been worked out pretty good. CatholicTV.com. They do a mass, and I really wish our local parish could stream. They haven't been. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Father Michael might not have the technical ability to do it, and it also might be that you can't get Wi-Fi into the 100-year-old stone Faraday cage church. So that might be a problem as well. But we do miss our pastor, our priests, to hearing from them. Yeah, I like the idea of we'll get together, we'll do the mass. I may let them sit during part of the Passion narrative. They get fidgety Nancy, and it's a crowded room. But we don't have a very big room to all gather in. But yeah, one of the things I was thinking is maybe doing the passion narrative among us and having the kids read the different parts. Although I'm not sure which one I would let be Pontius Pilate, and there will be no scourging at the pillar. We won't allow that. But so that's interesting. Yeah, and then of course we got to think about next week, but we'll talk about that in a later episode of this show about what we're doing for the Triduum, because that's a whole nother question as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a special secret question I want to ask Mike, and Joanne, you can participate in this too, but you're going to participate by being sad, because I want to ask Mike, how does it feel to have Tom Brady gone from the New England Patriots as a Buffalo Bills fan?
That was supposed to be my question for you. Now that I think about it, because I was thinking about that for you and the morning and everything that must be going on.
We're in mourning.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
As a Buffalo Bills fan, that we're supposed to, and we do deeply dislike the Patriots because we do. It's interesting because you really respect Brady.
Yes.
He is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. You can't deny it. There's no getting around it. But I think he's entering into the twilight. I'm hoping for his legacy's sake that this isn't like a last grasp at something and he just fails miserably and looks like Peyton Manning did when he was trying to win that last Super Bowl and he just could barely do anything.
Right.
But he had such a great defense. So just for that sake, I hope he goes out looking well and not like. And also Brett Favre, boy, well, that was terrible. He would just bounce around trying to find someone that would let him play for them. So that kind of thing. I think I would have preferred. I mean, and I'm sure you guys in New England would have felt the same way. Him just retiring and just walking off into the sunset.
That would have been less painful.
Another team. Yeah.
Yeah.
What has it been like in Boston, in the New England area with all
Joanne?
this going on?
I think there's like one of two camps. Either you're wailing and gnashing teeth on one side,
yes,
or you're sort of like me, which is like, okay, fine, this is what you want to do. In Bill we trust, we'll keep going.
Right.
So that's about all. I'm afraid he's going to do a Brett Favre. That's what I was afraid of. I kept saying, please don't do that. Just retire. But hey, man's going to do what the man's going to do, and he is a GOAT, and we can't deny that. So good luck.
I think the two camps, like you have the Julian Edelman, the receiver for the Patriots camp, who is mourning, but I'm with Joanne. I think Brady was clearly on the backside of his high point, and it would have been nice for him to end his career in the Patriots uniform. But I only wish him the best. And frankly, given everything else that's going on. If he was going to do it, this is the time to do it, because I'm really kind of distracted anyway. I'm already in pain, from the loss of so much. This is just one more thing. But I had to bring it up because Mike, as you know, Mike and I used to do a radio program with Father Chip Hines several years ago, and it was a constant source of amusement as Father Chip and I would mention how the Patriots beat the Bills that Sunday, because they always beat the Bills that Sunday. So I had to bring it up for Mike.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I will say I was very happy they didn't go to the Super Bowl, they being the Patriots, because the Bills still have the 4 Super Bowls in a row record.
Yes.
And if the Patriots would have tied that, it was like, we can't have anything. Can't we just give us? We lost all 4. Can't you just at least let us have that? So
yes,
now
we'll
it's
leave you that.
Safe again. We can toast the champagne like the Miami Dolphins do every time somebody doesn't win them all.
Yes.
And so
I just want the Red Sox to start.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for baseball season.
Yes. Yeah. Let's get some the boys of summer out there, and let's enjoy. Something that's normal would be nice. Anyway, a nice little distraction there from our usual. But it's time for the T-shirt of the day, and I have a special T-shirt I'm wearing today. It's my CNMC 2010 memorial commemorative T-shirt, not memorial.
Memorial.
Sorry, slip of the tongue. Dr. Freud, let me help you out. No, it's a the Catholic New Media celebrations that we used to do here at SQPN. It was 10 years ago this August that we had our first CNMC here in Boston. We've had 2 here in Boston. And what a great memory that is. We had such a great time. It was such a blast. We had so many great people. It was really when I really got heavily involved in what's going on with SQPN back then, 10 years ago now. And it's been a while since we've had a CNMC. And honestly, before all this happened, long before all this happened, last year we had started talking about among the board about, bringing back something where the clan can gather together, the community, the SQPN community could gather together in some form, whether it be a conference or a retreat or a series of get-togethers around the country or whatever. It was something we were thinking about, and I'm kind of glad we didn't get too far in that planning, because that we would have been in the middle of this with that, and it would have interrupted it. But I'd like to bring that back, to get that physical presence where we could get together in person again. A lot of great friendships grew out of that. But that all, of course, depends on us first meeting our financial obligations as an organization, which we're still trying to get to the break-even point. And so that's why we're so grateful for our patrons who are helping us to get there. But that's what T-shirt of the day, CNMC MMX 2010 Boston. Yes. So and Mike, you've got a special T-shirt today. You've got your Star Wars T-shirt.
I got my Star Wars. I can't see myself, so I don't know how to get this centered.
Yeah, that's good.
No, that's good.
That's good.
Just basic. I think it glows in the dark, but I can't demonstrate that now.
Yeah, don't turn off the lights.
No.
So.
I have my mug.
Yes, Joanne,
since I don't do T-shirts, I have a mug, and I'm a liturgist. So Liturgy Training Publications put this out a long time ago. And Stand up for your rights.
Yeah, awesome.
RITES.
RITES. Yes, stand up for your liturgical rights. Awesome. So what we're doing this week is sharing some things that people could do to spend the time, to have some fun. And so I'd throw it out to you for your recommendations. Mike, what do you have for a recommendation for people to check out this week?
For the first time, I'm recommending a series that I haven't finished. I'm only actually in the middle of it. It has 3 completed seasons. It's called Wanted. I don't know if either of you have ever seen this. It's set in Australia with 2 actresses that I've never heard of before, Rebecca Gibney and Geraldine Hakewell. And they are 2 people that wait at a bus stop every morning for work, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not like a bus stop in a city. And the series starts where a drug deal gone wrong, where these 2 cars pulled up to the bus stop and there was shooting and mayhem, and basically sets up these 2 ladies to be on the run for the remainder of the series as they're caught up in this legal matter where they are accused of being the murderers when they didn't do it, and they have a car with drugs in it, and the people want to find them, and there's all sorts of action as well as the comedy of, it's basically kind of like an Odd Couple. You have these 2 women who would never be together any other reason other than this, and to see how that relationship grows and everything. So I've really enjoyed it. I think I actually started watching it during the plague, and have kept going.
Cool. That sounds interesting. One
it's
I
on
hadn't
Netflix.
heard of. Yep. Okay. Good. Awesome. And Joanne, what do you have to offer?
Well, I'm going back into my moldy oldie DVD list, and I have not been able to find out where this might be playing. You might be able to get it on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. Bruce Almighty.
Oh, yes.
I have used this movie quite a few times in faith formation, and it's a 2003 story about and down on his luck TV reporter who says to God, you're not doing your job. I could do it better. Well, never ask for what you don't want to get.
Right.
And he switches places with him. I think the classic scene in that is when he's trying to answer other people's prayers. It's a
Right.
classic scene where, all of a sudden he's the one in charge of saying yes or no, and the comic things that happen because of it.
This is the Jim Carrey
So
one, right?
this is Jim Carrey,
And Morgan Freeman.
and a little known woman by the name of Jennifer Aniston.
That's right.
And a little known actor by the name of Morgan Freeman, I think.
Yeah,
and Steve Carell.
Yeah, pre-Office Steve Carell. Yeah.
And it was in that really famous set in a really famous city that begins with B. It wasn't Boston. What was it?
Yes.
Buffalo. Yes, the Steve Carell scene. I think that's really what launched Steve Carell in that one because of the weatherman thing. Oh my gosh. I still remember how funny that was. That is a great movie. Good for a lot of laughs. That is a good one. So speaking of Steve Carell in The Office, I want to recommend something that John Krasinski, who was on Jim on The Office, that he's doing now. He's got a new YouTube channel and a Facebook page and some other things called Some Good News, and he's done one video so far, but where he's highlighting good news, like because of there's all this bad news out there, so he's highlighting good news and all this feel good stuff, and of course. John Krasinski, I don't know. Maybe he's like a better actor than you even imagine. But he seems like such a good guy, and he does such a good job with this. He's got such an authentic joy and way about him, and it's really sweet. And just check it out. And there's an extended bit where he talks about it's the 15th anniversary of the pilot of The Office, and so he talks with Steve Carell, and they share some memories about their favorite moments on the show. So. I'll put a link to the YouTube channel in the show notes, but it's really great. It's really a nice moment in the day, and so be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and find out what what further episodes he's going to be coming up with. So
I thought for sure you were going to recommend the dance video by the father and daughter in Texas.
What did I not mention that one already?
You mentioned. Did you? I haven't seen them all. I noticed that you mentioned it on Facebook.
Yes.
They've gone over 10 million views. And I looked into it and found out that she's a Catholic youth minister.
Yes.
Who was on net and everything. I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. But
yeah,
I don't know how to recommend it, so I'll just tell them to go find it on the previous.
I'll put a link on the show notes on SQPN because you definitely have to check this out. This dad and the daughter dancing and lip syncing to this song, and the dad he's like our age, and he's my hero. I want to be him when I grow up because
he steals the show. I mean, she's good, but
he totally steals the show.
Yeah,
they have a YouTube channel too, and I went and checked out, and he does this funny video to the typewriter song. You remember the old typewriters? I mean, I showed it to my kids and like, what's he doing? But it's the old typewriter song, and he is really funny. So definitely, I'll put a link to that. The dad and the daughter dancing. But over 10 million video views. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So great. Awesome. So thank you both. We do, as we always do, want to take a moment to thank our patrons who make it possible for us to create Let's Talk, and their generous donations at sqpn.com/give make it possible for us to continue Let's Talk and all the shows we do at StarQuest. And you can join them by visiting sqpn.com/give. So that's it from us. We'd love to hear from you. You can contact us by visiting sqpn.com or go to the SQPN Facebook page at facebook.com/StarQuestMedia or send an email to letstalk@sqpn.com. And like I said, I'll put all the links for the things we discussed on our website at sqpn.com/letstalk. Until next time, Joanne Mercier, thank you for joining us on Let's Talk.
Thank you, and stay home.
That's right. Mike Denz, thank you as well.
You're welcome. See you in a couple days.
And once again, I'm Dom Bettinelli. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk on StarQuest.